We have another one. This is another sketchbook today. This is number 18. This was done right after the last one you saw by Mindy, and it was begun on 12/12 of 22. This is a little card that my sister-in-law got me alongside a little bracelet, which I still have. Okay, maybe it's not over here. You can see here, I did not seal this sketchbook, so there's a lot of grime and stuff. But there's a lot of pencil in this sketchbook, a lot of little cute doodles. I remember this sketchbook for mostly drawing with friends in, like this biblically accurate whatever over here. Kermit the Frog looks like, you know, whatever. Bart Simpson, who's, you know, like Man of Steel. This is a Pokemon card that me and Joe pulled out of a pack one day. Joe bought Pokemon cards, I don't remember why. These were Christmas ideas for paintings, including this one of like a withered little cat. There's also a lot of figure studies in here. I remember this is when I was really trying to balance between realism and stylization, hence things like this, which I don't think is a bad drawing. I will say that her neck muscle there, I can't remember what that's called. He's very, very big. Here's Ding Dong. I like Ding Dong VG. You should watch him. Him and Julian, they make good stuff. Here's some portraits of people, family members and whatnot, including F.P. Cummings, my dear uncle. This is a disc, which we'll get into later. This has to do with some DVDs I was making. Here's a logo for my brother for a welding company that he was making. These were a bunch of tests. There's a lot of them in here. This is an attempt at acrylic paint in here, which actually did not buckle the page hardly at all, which I'm very surprised about. And here we go. This is the thing that the CDs were related to. I was digitally scanning VHS footage from my family and giving it to them for Christmas, and I even made a little slip cover for it. And it came with that little fake DVD, hence why that was in there. Here's some Space Jam stickers I had gotten for Christmas. That is crazy to me. Day before, day after Christmas. Weird to see like where my brain was at that time. Oh yeah, we'll have like some like this. This feels like a drawing I used to do. I used to do a lot of like mechanical type things like that and like biomasses. I don't do that as much anymore. We have here a couple figure studies, including a kind of strappy design that I like. That kind of looks like Joe if his neck was really long. But he's just as ripped in real life, I can assure you. These are just some Frogman doodles. He's got this little jaw thing that opens on his helmet so he can use his tongue or whatever, I'd assume. And this is actually based on a character design that I drew a long time ago when I was a child. I had a pet fire-bellied toad named Wasabi, and I drew comic books about him. And I think they still exist somewhere. This guy, I like this guy a lot. I just kind of sketched him randomly. I drew that mask and was like, oh hell yeah, and I just kept drawing him until eventually he became a little more fleshed out, and we ended up with something more like this, where he's got that kind of asymmetrical, buttoned up look. Here you can see the Senna logo for my brother developing until eventually we arrived at this, which was the finalized logo. This is a sticker, and we got a test print of this sticker, and then a child came by and crumpled it up. Here's some sketches that me, Trey, and Max did. There's me. There's me. There's me. There's Trey. There's Max. Link, maybe? Trey, Max. More of this guy. Some bird heads. Trying to figure out like what kind of face goes inside of there. I decided to leave it a mystery. Some more drawings. People in armor and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I like that spread. This dude's very wide. I need to define them a little better, and also I don't like this dude all wrapped up on the end, but other than that, pretty cool little designs. Tickets for Avatar, The Way of Water. What a good movie that was. It was, something. You can see I tried to draw one of the Na'vi or something after that. You know, whatever, you know. Tried to paint in here. I like this painting. I like that mishmash of stuff. Some more home movies. This was a commission. This was not a commission. We have ourselves a little person, a little wooden cross. I don't remember what that was from. That's a pH tester. That was from our hot tub that we got set up. And I don't remember why I kept it, but it looked funny in there. This was kind of scrapbookish, as you can tell. This is when I was posting every other day. I don't do that anymore, but maybe I should get back into posting like once a week. To be honest though, posting on social media stresses me out. These are songs to use in a video, and I don't remember what video I did use it in, but most of them are from Lupin the Third, which pretty consistently has a good soundtrack. I do not know enough about Lupin the Third. I'm not a biggest fan, but if you know any soundtracks that are bad, let me know, because so far I have not come across any. There's some Sonics. Looks very chunky in these drawings. Don't know how I feel about them. This is, that's Derek Jeter, I assume. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of this drawing, but not so much the execution. Same with this. I like the idea of that armor, but not so much the execution. This is interesting. Studio Yada was hiring character designers at one point for Smiling Friends, or just designers in general. So I was going through and designing a bunch of creatures and slime people and little freaks and weirdos and whatnot. To kind of audition for this thing. I drew like a creepy monster. Yeah, I don't know. I drew a bunch of stuff and a bunch of props as well. I will say of these that I did, my favorites were the Mr. Frog juice, like the little fruit juice things you see with little characters on top, and the Bart Simpson shirt, which I don't think you can see super well. That was a pretty good drawing. I liked the grid on there. I should do that more often. Some more character designs. That's Superman. I cannot take credit for Superman. Here's some design principles for when I was starting to get back into design and how it worked. But, you know, you can read those at your own pace, whatever. That's kind of what I look like in real life, actually, if you all are curious. Here's some Dankrite drawings. I remember I was getting back into drawing the characters after, you know, months of repressing them or whatever. I like that Garf. I'm a fan of that Mal. I do not like the angle on that Lena. That looks entirely wrong. That Mal's kind of funny. And we got some people, a lot of washi tape. And I believe right here, we're getting into the part where I went on vacation. And yes, we are at that part. I went on vacation to Salt Lake City to go see JID and Smino in concert, and it was a lot of fun. Marlon drew me with like Omni tits. I don't know what that means. I didn't draw that much when I was there. I did a couple Scott Pilgrim drawings because I was getting those like Scott Pilgrim figures. If you remember those went up for pre-order. The ones that Justin Ishmael and Brian Lee O'Malley collaborated on. And I have the whole set now, even the SDCC one, but they were going up for pre-order at the time, so I like had to have them, and Scott Pilgrim was on my mind. I would like to draw Scott again. I'm pretty happy with that face. The Scott Pilgrim cast is a fun bunch to draw. They're all pretty normal. Oh, and while I was on vacation, I was prepping for Valentine's Day, so I had this like tissue paper that I bought from an art supply store from Blick, and yeah, I had been getting some card ideas together for Brenda. Isn't that adorable? Oh, maybe I did seal this sketchbook, because this is not coming up. Yeah, I think I did seal this sketchbook. Good on me. Hi, I'm Mr. Surprise. I don't think that'll hold up in court. I like these sketches. This is with a CMYK pen. The sketchbook I'm using currently, I feel like the pages aren't wide enough, so it doesn't really pop that much. But the CMYK pen, there's Ding Dong again. It looks really nice. I like that combination a lot. This is a beer label. Chimea River. It's a craft cider. I don't remember why. I spent like a half hour peeling it off there without damaging it at all, so I thought I would put it up there. And indeed I did. Have ourselves some more pose references and whatnot. Look, it's me. Not really. Look, it's me. That's more accurate. There's that little gummy shark that I did that I really like. I'm a big fan of that gummy shark. I would do that gummy shark again if I could. I sold it as stickers. I think I have some left over. Would you guys like to buy stickers? Would you guys like to buy stuff off my website? I will put them on there somehow. I mean, if you guys will actually buy them, like the thing is that it costs money to even just like list a thing on there. So unless you want to go to like an eBay store, or maybe an Etsy, I don't know. I already have an Etsy listed. Let me know if you would buy stuff, like prints and stuff, and I will get that figured out for you. Some more figure studies. This dude kind of looks like Mothman. Weird that. This was a design I had forever ago of Mothman who wears like a trench coat and like folds up his wings underneath so he looks like he's like missing his arms, you know? I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty sick, but, you know, I may be biased. But it's rare. It's rare for me to say that I like something I draw, right? That's got to be worth something. You can see at the end of the sketchbook here, just the sketchbook in general, this whole thing was very scribbly. I did not spend a lot of time on drawings in this one, including on my family members. Look at, there's Doug, and there's my boy Valley, my 2 cats. This is my family. There's our dog. There's Brenda. There's our cat. There's me. There's my friend Amber. There's Jesus, and there is Metal War Greymon. Got all kinds of mushroom fellas. Very piercing blue eyes. I should sketch him more. I'm happy with this stance, but it also feels like she's gonna topple over, you know? This is a good kind of head shape, but the eyes are very large. I would need to tweak that. This is when me and my friend Travis started drawing in here. He said he had bad handwriting, and he drew his name. And wrote that as well. See, he's good at handwriting. He's pretty good. He was very drunk at the time, so I mean, that's worth a lot, you know? Here's a bunch of faces. I like this one, I gotta say. This, like, posh British lady. I don't know what else to describe that as. These flowers did not press properly. Usually they do. They did not on this instance. And then I drew, this little Peter McNugget guy. Got a bunch of cats, some more people. Some more people, and I'm afraid that is going to finish the sketchbook, along with, well, these hands. There's these cool hands. That's a good hand. That's a good hand. Drawing the pectoralis major. Did you know the pecs connect up and into your, like, the tops of your arms? Isn't that crazy? They make, like, little bat wings. Other than this crude, I think, Jean-Claude Van Damme drawing, I don't have anything else to add here. This was a good sketchbook, and I am very pleased with it. Yeah, look at this skull. Look, I had to drink all this. Goodbye.